Welcome back, everybody. On your Do Now today, I wanted you to explain in your own words, why do you think we have governments? What's the point of having a government? There's a lot of different ways you could have answered this. Hopefully, you came up with some good things the government does for society and why it's beneficial, and why every culture and civilization in the world has always had some form of government. We're going to start with an activity. You can hopefully work with a partner, someone in the class. Um, I want you to imagine that you and about 5,000 people are stranded on a deserted island. All right, you're on this island. Um, there's no way of ever getting off. You're stuck here forever. It's about the size of Denver. Mhm. You will never have contact with anybody else in the outside world. There are resources. There's like food and water and trees and fish and all this stuff that you can use, but there's no modern technology. There's no phones, there's no computers, there's no electric anything. All right. What I want you to do is in this scenario, um, what are some problems? You're going to make a T chart like the one like I'm drawing up on the whiteboard. You and your partner on your own whiteboard are going to write down some of what are the problems that are going to come out of the society. What are some issues that might happen as you and 5,000 people try to figure out how to live on this small little island? And as you come up with these problems, I want you to come up with a solution for each one. All right, so on one side of your chart is a list of problems. The other side is going to be a list of solutions. So you can pause this video while you and your partner or you alone create some solutions and some problems. All right, after we have done that, we'll get a chance to talk as a class. You probably noticed that there'd be some problem of people like stealing stuff and there's no houses. We need to get houses. Some people aren't working. We need to come up with some sort of system where we're getting enough food for everyone, and people need to be taken care of, and there's all these problems. Hopefully, you came up with some sort of solutions. Um, and if you look at it, your solutions are probably vaguely familiar to what the government does in society today. So, why do we have governments? Well, without governments, we have chaos. We have people doing whatever they want. Something as simple as driving on whatever side of the road they want causes lots of problems. But also people stealing stuff and destroying other people's stuff. It would just be too chaotic. As human beings, we like to have some structure. We like some rules and boundaries to keep society moving. Also, we want someone in charge to make things better. We want a government that's going to push us in the right direction, improve society. We want the best of our culture and community to be leading us towards something better. All right, if we think about where we are today versus where human beings were a few thousand years ago, well, it seems like things have gotten better. Not all things. There's still problems, but you know, it is better than it used to be. So when you think about what the government does, we're going to look at 6 different purposes. The purpose of the government. First one is to maintain order. Right? They want to keep things orderly. They don't want chaos, right? We want people following certain rules, like, driving rules, that keeps things from getting too chaotic. Next, we want the government to provide public services for us, like this one's a rec center, a library, the postal service, right? There's certain things we need done that private companies don't always do, but we also want everybody to be able to get it. Whether you're rich or poor, everyone has access to a rec center or a park or a library or the mailbox, right? Everyone deserves it. So the government needs to provide those. We also need the government to provide defense, right? We don't want to be attacked by another country. They need to protect us. So the U.S. military protecting us from other countries. They also need to manage conflict, right? Sometimes there's disagreements between people. Where no one broke the law, but people just disagree about stuff. Someone has to resolve that conflict. Someone has to be in charge of making those final decisions. We also need someone to provide justice. So when there is a crime, someone does do something wrong and hurt someone else, how do we solve that? How do we provide justice? How do we decide the punishment? Well, we want someone who's not biased to make that decision. And last, we need someone to sort of manage our resources. We have a lot of wealth here in the United States. We need someone in charge to make sure things are used properly, that we're not destroying the environment, we're not hurting and destroying people's lives. We need someone in charge of the economy as well. So these are the 6 main things that our government tries to do. The US government even came out and said, we are going to do these 6 things. This is what they're trying to accomplish. So every law they pass, every government agency they create is supposed to help provide one of these 6 things. Today, sorry, my slides are a little out of order here. Okay, so today your goal is to explain. Remember, explain means to teach in your own words. Explain to me what each purpose is. After you've done that, you're going to read different scenarios about the government doing stuff. I want you to put a number. Which of these purposes are they trying to fulfill with each of those actions? If you have any questions, let me know.